I've got over 28 years in, so it's worrisome. Yeah, I'd like to get a pension like anyone else, but I don't know where I'm going to stand on that.
I'm just kind of hurting right now.
Gotta go.
Still wearing that jacket proud, eh?
Well, tell you, today I felt like doing this.
Tough day.
Yep.
An emotional day for 2,500 employees as well as the community of Oshawa and Southern Ontario, as General Motors confirms it's putting the brakes on this assembly plant that's been around for more than a century, putting vehicles on our roads.
This is a fight for Ontario.
Oshawa could end up a ghost town just like Detroit did years ago.
Reports began to leak last night. This morning, GM employees' worst fears were confirmed by the union and then by General Motors, prompting workers to walk off the job and build blockades at multiple entrance and exit points around the plant.
We're going to stand together and we're going to say to this company that for once and for all, they're going to respect us and we're not going to let them get away with this crap anymore.
General Motors will close the Oshawa plant by the end of the year, winding down the production of the Chevy Impala, Cadillac XTS, the Silverado, and Sierra pickups, all within a year. 4 other plants will also be shuttered in the U.S. GM says this is part of a global reorganization that will see the company focus on electric and autonomous vehicles and save them $6 billion by 2020. The end of an era for manufacturing here in Oshawa.
Well, I think in many ways it's also the beginning of an era of what the automobile is doing. We will actually have fleets of commercial self-driven cars on the road in the United States next year at General Motors. So this is a rapid transformation. We're being disrupted as an industry by ride-hailing services, electric car services, and companies that don't change, companies that stay the same, will have a much worse face. So it's difficult. It's really hard. But we have to make that change. We have to make it now, and that's what we're announcing today.
This is a shame, and it is a crime.
Inside a packed press conference, union boss Jerry Diaz admitted electric and autonomous vehicles are the way of the future and says the Oshawa plant should have an opportunity to build those very vehicles.
They talked about spending more money on electric vehicles, yet they're closing a plant in the United States that builds the Chevy Volt. So you can't say you're looking to invest in electric vehicles and then announce the closure of a plant that builds them.
Diaz noted that for every GM job lost, it impacts 7 others in the region. There's about 12 feeder companies that work with the Oshawa General Motors plant. Many of those employees could also lose their jobs, though they say there's no GM package or pension coming their way.
We get 2 days per year of service. That's all we'll see if the plant closes. What do you do with 20,000 people looking for a job out on the street?
Now, as you saw, those employees at driveways around the plant setting up barricades, the union has told them tomorrow to go back into work and, quote, make the best damn vehicles in North America. Ahead on City News at 6, I speak with Oshawa's mayor. He's also going to be the region's chair. He talks about the impact of this plant closure, not just here in Oshawa, but across the GTA. News of the closure of the Oshawa GM plant hitting home for the entire community. The plant's been here since 1907. That's more than a century. Today I spoke with Oshawa's mayor. He's also going to be the upcoming regional chair about how the closure is hitting home for so many. Like many people, your family's also impacted today.
You know, I'm a typical resident of Oshawa and of Durham. You know, my grandfather worked in the plant, my dad worked in the plant, my mom worked there. I have 2 brothers in the plant. My sister was there when she was in university, and I worked as a contractor. That's a regular story of how deep this company has been in this city. And, you know, we just celebrated 100 years of General Motors in Oshawa.
And to now learn what you've learned today, news broke last night, your thoughts?
Well, we started with rumors and then stories, and then today we were told, go 5 minutes before the press release out what was going to happen. But, you know, we're standing here at General Motors headquarters looking out over at McLaughlin Bay, the founder of General Motors of Canada's namesake. That bay is named after him. So, you know, it's a sad day and a dark day.
There's some who will say today was inevitable. There used to be tens of thousands of jobs there. Now there's about 2,500 manufacturers. manufacturing jobs that will be impacted?
Well, how you manufacture vehicles have changed. Advanced manufacturing involves robots and highly skilled technicians and auto assemblers to take and use those robots to build cars. So they're making more cars with less people. That's true. But that's part of the change. That's about why Oshawa is such an amazing place, that we're able to do that. You know, we're home to Durham College and UOIT and Trent University. We're graduating some of the smartest minds in the country. Just let us show you what we can continue to do as we have for 100 years. It is a great story, but today it's a story about people that get up every day and go to work and make great vehicles. A truck is nothing without the person that puts it together, and Oshawa has the finest auto assemblers in the country.
There's a real history here in this community with manufacturing, with General Motors. Is this the end of an era?
I hope not. We've proven over and over and over again that we can adapt and make changes. We've done through the history of this company, and it comes back to the people that build these vehicles. Given the opportunity, they can do anything, so I'm hoping for that opportunity.
As it stands tonight, more than 2,500 employees here at this plant could be without a job by the end of 2019. The union representing those employees says for every one GM job which is lost, another 7 here in the area could also lose their gigs.